GCSE Mathematics, we need to prepare for paper 2 and paper 3. And you have done paper 1. How was paper 1? When I ask most of the students and on TikTok, they tell you all different things. But now let's look at what came up in paper 1 and what you need to revise for paper 2 and 3. Not that those cannot still come again in paper 2 and 3, but they wouldn't give the same thing on 3 different papers. So they'll try and make it, vary it a bit. They wouldn't give the same topic on paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. They try and change it a little bit, so they want to cover a bit of everything. So let's look at some of the things that can come in paper 2 and 3. So these are the various topics for GCSE Mathematics. And the ones which are in red are the ones that were in paper 1. So you had in paper 1, you had an arithmetic with standard form. You had a recurring decimal. So these ones which are in red were in paper 1. So I'll put the number 1 next to it. That way you would know it was in paper 1. Paper 1. Paper 1. The ones which are in red were in paper 1. So those ones, they are not likely to come again for paper 2 and 3. The ideas and similar things may come. Paper 2 and 3 requires calculator. So the ones in green are very, very likely to come in paper 2 and 3. The ones in green are the ones you really need to make sure you practice questions on them. Say, for example, if I zoom into geometry, you must do at least one question on sine rule. There must be a question on SOHCAHTOA. There must be a question on cosine rule. And circumference of a circle. So these trigonometry ones, exact trig values, they might not bring it because you already have your calculator. You can just get the answer there. But SOHCAHTOA, sine rule, cosine rule, area of triangle, 3D trigonometry, make sure you do a question on those ones because those are calculator kind of questions. Let's look something that can, you will have graphs. You can sketch graphs, which you need to be able to do that, and you can work out some values with your calculator. Let's look at solving quadratic equations. Completing the square using the quadratic formula. That one must come, whether you like it or not. Solving a quadratic equations, that one must come in the exams. So it is all the ones which are in green. You must try and do one question from them. That way it builds your confidence. But the ones which are in yellow, they could come again, but they are less likely. Take, for example, distance time graph. There was something on it in paper 1, direct proportion. HCF was question 1. That was on question 1 in the paper 1. So you don't need to worry about HCF and LCM again. Adding and subtracting surds. They don't bring that in paper 2 and 3 because people put them in their calculator, unless they bring the ones where it's in letters and symbols. Multiplying and dividing surds, people use calculators. So only the ones in green, if you haven't got time, pick one question for each and do. And that should get you ready for the next paper. Don't forget algebraic fractions. They do come where you have to simplify them. And then solving simultaneous equations. And which other one that I can see? Distance between two coordinates. So take your time and go through this list. Go through this list and do one question of each. So you're talking of 30 to 40 questions, one from each topic, and that will set you ready for the exams. So for numbers, rounding is straightforward, error, intervals, estimation. So you have there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So you can do 24 questions on this, on numbers. Algebra is big. So do lots in algebra. A lot of marks in your exams is through this algebra. You can do one question from each. So before you go to paper 2, that will help you a lot. So good luck with paper 2 and paper 3. Now you need to think about your calculator. So paper 2 is on Wednesday. Paper 2 is on Wednesday, 4th of June. So one of the things with your calculator, I use the Casio 991CW because it can solve equations for me. So the thing is, you want to reset your calculator. Reset your calculator, and that will clear the memory and put it to default settings. And make sure your calculator is in degrees, because if not, you won't be able to get those answers. When you use calculator in exams, the examiner is not a mind reader. Examiner is not a magician, a mind reader. So whatever you type in the calculator, you write it down. So it says, write down all working. Write down all working out. That's how you succeed in calculator paper. You write everything down. And then after that, you check that your answer makes sense. So you can check to make sure your answer makes sense. Check that answer makes sense. And you do that by estimation. These are the things that will give you your top grades. You will not make mistakes and lose marks. So to remember these things, don't lose all these 1 mark, 2 marks because you make a big mistake. Type in something, estimate, and check to make sure your answer makes sense, so that if you've typed something wrong on the calculator. And this one, students forget, give your answer in the correct form. Your answer must be in the correct form. So now you might think, what does that mean? What does correct form mean? The correct form means if they want your answer to 3 significant figure, make sure you do that in 3 significant figure. Another thing they can ask you to do is to give your answer in 1 decimal place. So all those little things, they'll give you marks. You wouldn't lose those marks. Number 5, when you are doing calculations, make sure you use your calculator to check all of them. This is a calculator paper. Don't do things mentally. Even if you do questions mentally, use calculator to check. Use calculator to check. It avoids silly mistakes. And silly mistake can make you get a lower grade. So I will be back on the 4th of June, or as soon after that, to give some guidance on paper 3, because by then we'll start to know what has been in the exam and what is left. And if you struggle with some of the questions in your exams, you struggle to understand some of the topics, you always think of asking for help. So you can feel free to ask for help at all times. Don't leave things on your own. Always ask for help so that you get somebody to expert tutor to help you with it. And try as many questions as you can, and you will definitely succeed in your GCSE exam. So good luck. Good luck from me. Some people say it's not good luck. You get what you work for. But I think it's still good luck because we rely on it in so many ways.